I don't want to.
Why?
Because
Because what?
it's too hard.
Just do it. You're getting me mad.
Well, I didn't feel like it.
Well, I told you to do it, so do it. I am so tired, man.
On the second day of their marriage, Maria had to follow Christian to move into his parents' house. This meant that she would have to integrate into a completely strange family all by herself. Maria wondered if she would be accepted by this family. At this moment, Maria and Christian were still at the hotel, packing up the leftover wedding decorations. This newlywed couple had never spent any time alone together before their marriage. They were still strangers to each other's habits and tempers. Now both of them were learning how to face this brand new romantic relationship. Everything was a fresh start. Maria tried to take on the responsibility of taking care of Christian, folding his clothes for him, but during the packing, conflicts inevitably arose between them. The constant busyness had left Maria exhausted. She wanted to take a short break, but Christian's face was full of impatience. He had never thought that women could be so troublesome, that his wife would want to laze around just 2 days after their wedding. He told Maria to keep packing, while he sat on the edge of the bed and began to lecture her at length about how a wife ought to behave, but she didn't say a word. As a newlywed wife, she didn't want any unhappiness on this supposed happy day. She could only commit Christian's demands to memory. As soon as they arrived at the doorstep, she told Christian to carry Maria into the house. This was a gypsy wedding custom. Christian had to bend down and pick up his still strange wife in his arms. The two walked into the house. This bizarre and awkward experience left them feeling both curious and shy. Maria's first night at Christian's family home was an especially uncomfortable one. Early the next morning, at the crack of dawn, Maria woke up on her own, so she had to head to the living room alone to face Christian's parents. Father-in-law began to teach her the responsibilities she had to take on as a gypsy daughter-in-law: to be filial to her parents-in-law, care for her husband, and manage the household. Maria stood by quietly, listening carefully to every word he said. It wasn't until half an hour later that Christian finally came to the dining room to listen to his parents' advice with Maria. She told them to go to the supermarket to buy ingredients and asked Maria to cook lunch by herself to fulfill her first duty as a wife. But on the way, the two argued again over the route. Christian completely ignored the navigation's voice prompts and drove in the wrong direction. Instead of reflecting on his own mistake, he blamed Maria for not reminding him in time. Maria felt utterly wronged. They bickered back and forth, both growing annoyed. In the end, they walked into the supermarket with an air of displeasure hanging over them. Maria pushed the cart and wandered slowly between the shelves, picking out ingredients, but Christian's anger from the drive still hadn't faded. He frowned the entire time and began to nitpick everything Maria chose.